All right, all right, all right. Happy New Year. 2024 is here. 2023 is in the books. I am iamerichall, your success concierge, and welcome to 2024. As I said before, I think this is my favorite time of the year. This is time where, things are coming to an end, but also things are coming to a beginning. So whatever we did last year, whatever we got done, cheers to you. Let's celebrate that. We got those things done. But now it's time to move forward and set forth on the new adventures and the new things that we want to do going forward. So as always, welcome to the channel. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you and your family are well. Blessings and cheers to you. But you know what we got to do. You know how we have to start off. We have to start it off with the scent of the evening. See, some of y'all may recognize this. Some of you may not recognize this. This fragrance here. You know, what can I say about this fragrance? This is Bond Number 9 New York Oud. When I wear this, it is just amazing. Compliments, amazing. I remember I wore this through the airport one time. TSA stopped me. They're like, "What are you wearing?" That's how good this is. Now, there's some good news and there's some not so good news. So the not so good news is this is not currently available from Bond Number 9. One thing about them, sometimes ingredients or supply chain issues make them not be able to have this readily available. So that's the not so good news. The good news is they're working on bringing this back. They were supposed to bring it back last year around October. I guess they had some delays with that. It didn't happen. But what I tell you, this right here is a must-have. This is a must-have as well too. So Bond Number 9 New York Oud, when you get a chance, get that. Right now, I mean, if you're buying it secondhand, you're gonna spend $400-500 because people know how rare it is. Also, they know how good it is. So yeah, Bond Number 9 New York Oud. Always, it's the first of the year. I like to be celebratory. I like to have fun. I like to enjoy myself. So of course I had to spray on one of my favorite fragrances. Again, I enjoy fragrance. I wear fragrance every day. I haven't worn this as much simply because again, I can't get some more of it easily, right? So as soon as it comes back out, I'm gonna be one of the first people. My reps at Neiman Marcus. I know some of y'all sometimes y'all tune in. So shout out to y'all, Neiman Marcus reps. Y'all do some amazing things getting me taken care of at the reps here, my local demons here here, as well as I have some reps at the Bond flagship store in New York. So yeah, Bond Number 9 New York Oud. Always, always, always. You want to spray on some opportunity, and you want to spray on something that's going to make you feel good, put you in the mood, put you in the mindset that you need to be, so you can get things done. Right. So we're talking about New Year's. Every year around this time, people are setting, as they call, resolutions, talking about what they're not going to do, talking about what they're going to do, all the new habits they're going to have, all the old habits they're going to stop doing. That's what they do this time of year. I constantly work out because I feel like not only do I work out my mind, I work out my body because they one and the same in the sense that I got to keep both of them strong. I have to keep both of them ready to optimize at a high level. But I was at the gym and someone commented, "Man, the gym is crowded." I said, "Okay, give it to like February, March, right?" By February, March, some people, that Valentine's, they got that new love, that new proposal, so they gonna cut that out. They had their fun, and they're gonna chill on it for a couple months. That's typically what people do. They set things that they say they want to do, and then they do it a little bit, but then once the motivation is gone, once there's a hiccup or a roadblock, people stop doing or abandon some of those things only to revisit months down the line and wonder why what they wanted to do or what they set out to do didn't get done. Now, the thing is this, right? Like it's all a matter of mindset, action, and how you go forth attacking different things. Because at any instant, at any moment, you can make a decision that can make a change. Because life is about how you react, what meaning you attach to, and how you move forward going with that. All right. So a lot of people make plans and they wonder why sometimes their plans stick, sometimes they don't. But here's what we're going to do today. Now, I know I said this is just for New Year's because that's when people are doing this. But I like to give content for individuals so that they can use that. You can come back and revisit it in February, March, whatever time that you want to. but I like to give things that people can look back on and keep utilizing the tools, keep learning, keep growing with that. All right. So again, I am Eric Hall, your success concierge, and today we're going to talk about how you can supercharge your goals, supercharge the things that you want to do for New Year's, so you can put yourself in position to get your desired outcomes. And as usual, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to go ahead and get that done because that's how we do around here. All right, let's do this here. Give me a second. Here we go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So here we go, here we go, here we go. So again, I am Eric Carr, your success concierge. And the main thing I like to do is I like to put you in position to achieve your desired outcomes. I provide you the vision, tools, and opportunity for your desired success. So let's get started. So new year 2024, we talking about new outcomes. So welcome to office hours. We're going to get into this. All right. Now, before we recap on this, before we get started in what we're going to be doing today, let's recap, right? So, your success concierge gave you some homework on our last stream of the year, which is right before Christmas. Hopefully, you've done that. If you didn't, you can always revisit this. Now, if you see this particular screen here, it says end of year evaluation. Well, you can do this on a monthly basis. You can do this on a quarterly basis. You can do this, semi-annually, weekly. You can do this even after you have an event or something that you've done. You can always do this evaluation. And I do this like I have with my team. We do post-production notes on every stream that we do. So this is valuable all the time, not just some of the time. So a couple areas that you want to hit, like what went well. So you want to look at the things that you did well over a given period of time and celebrate that, highlight that. Because one, you want to possibly keep doing those things. You may want to expand on it, or you just want to hold that for future use. All right. So that's the first thing that you want to do. The second thing that you want to do is what are some things that did not go well? Um, there's always opportunities for improvement. And I didn't say didn't go bad because I don't like to look at things like that, like things that didn't go according to plan. So if you're following along and you're live with us, you can be doing this. Or if you're on the replay, you can take these notes down and do this yourself if you did not complete this particular assignment. And then you look at for opportunities for growth and improvement. So you see your A, what went well. You see some things you didn't go so well, and you may say, hey, maybe we should try this, or we can improve in this area right here. So you always want to make notes of that, right? So this is going to help you in various areas of your life, whether it's your fitness, your financial, your career, your mental, all those types of things. So that was your homework assignment. I know we got some good people over here on Team Hall of Fame. So I know that you got that done, but let's go to the next part right here. All right. So this is how you prep for the new year. Now, again, I said the new year, it could be the new month, the new quarter, the new anything, right? The new show, the new event. But this is because it's 2020. We're doing this on a new year. I have it this, right? So here's what I like for you to do. All right. So list some outcomes that you want to accomplish. And I like to break it down a couple ways. You can do this year, 2 years, 3 years. Some people do 2 or 3 years, but that's fine. So this year, 2 years, 5 years, and sometimes I like to say 5+ years as well too, because again, you may want to do some things that's way, way, way down the line. And I give example. You may just be starting off in your career, starting off in your business, but down the line, you may want to have a nonprofit. You may want to have a foundation. You may want to buy a home. You might want to buy a plane. I don't care. Write it down. Let's get these things listed out. Okay. And so what you want to look at is areas such as your professional. And when I say professional, that could be your career as someone who's in corporate America, or you could be someone who's independent, an independent agent, or you could be someone who's an entrepreneur. That's what I mean by a professional. All right. And these things are accomplishments. It could also be skill sets or developments or events that you want to attend. So always keep that in mind. What are some things that you want to do? Your success concierge, I got some things coming up. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to tell you about it. All right. So that's professional. And then financial, far as maybe income, savings, investing, those type of things as well too. And then health. What do you want to do for your mental health? What do you want to do for your physical health, your body, the way you feel, not just how it looks, but your energy levels. Okay. Even if you have something, you may have a condition that you want to mask, treat, eliminate, that's something that you want to write down or take down. And then, of course, experiences. You can't have outcomes without experiences. So maybe you want to go skydiving. Maybe you want to go racing camels, with your friends. You might want to have lunch on the Eiffel Tower, whatever the case may be, or that concert or that show or that event. I know some of y'all like some of these celebrities, so maybe you want to go see them. All those are different types of things that you want to write down from an outcome standpoint. So this is your freedom to be ridiculous. This is your freedom to dream, to be creative, to just brainstorm on all the things that you want for yourself, as well as some of the individuals you care about. Over here at Success Concierge, we're all about putting you in position to achieve your desired outcomes, whatever they may be, big, small, stupendous. Let's get it in, let's get it down. All right. So I know I'm talking kind of fast, so you may want to replay this so you can take time, take pen to paper, and write these types of things down so you can, just dream, just visualize. All right. The next thing, you want to sort these out. And so let's just say you have a list of 10 things or 20 things or 30 things. Your imagination is amazing. So I like to sort these out by the time frame. So for example, or what you believe the time frame is. You may say, well, this I want to do in 1 year. This I may want to do in 2 to 3 years, which we talked about on the slide. This I want to do in 5 years, and this I want to do in 5+ years. Okay. Now, the funny thing, this is a lesson that I've heard many, many times, is people always overestimate what they can do in a year, but underestimate what they can do in 2, 5, and 10 years. So keep that in mind. But again, let's pick your top five. Now, when I say your top five, these are the top five that you want to accomplish. I say this year, right? Because this is where your focus is going to go. So in your top five, these are things you want to do right now. You want to take action on right now in the next, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Now, the beautiful thing about this is if it's something that's on your top five and you get it knocked out, let's just say in February, well, then you can move something else in and celebrate that, but we'll talk about that. So you want to get on your sheet of paper, and let's just say one of your goals is a fitness goal. So you may put that as a one. Another 2 to 3 year old goal could be like maybe a home or a vehicle or what have you, right? A 5 year could be like, okay, I want to do XYZ for a loved one, a parent. And then 5+ years, some of those loftier goals, like maybe scholarship, foundation, you get the point. So next to your goals, you want to sort those out with ones, two/3, five, or whatnot, and go with that, and then pick your top five. All right. So now that you got your top five, let's give it some power, right? Let's give it some extra to make you really go and strive and get there. Because a lot of times people are missing this aspect. They say they want these things, but they don't understand why they want it, right? So why is it important that you get into the physical health that you get into? Why is it important that you buy that outfit or car or vehicle that you want to buy? Why is it important that you go to this event or that event? Okay. So again, people focus on things that have meaning and what they meaning they attach to it. So why is it important? Okay. Who will it impact? Will it impact family members? Will it impact clients? Will it impact the world? And this gives you more like focus, more really like, okay, me doing this is going to help other individuals, going to help me, it's going to impact me. And then why is it a must? Why is it that you have to be the one to do it? All these things are going to help you with your goal setting. And then there's two psychologies in life. People do things to move toward pleasure, but the one thing they do more than moving toward pleasure is avoiding pain. So the last thing is, what will happen if you don't get it done? What will it cost? What type of relationships will you not have? Who's going to be upset? Who's going to be hurt? Who's going to be harmed? And maybe that's your level of motivation as well too. So I like to use the carrot as well as the stick when we're setting goals, making plans, doing those types of things. So you can see the upside if the carrot is the motivator, or you can see the stick if the stick is the motivator. So this is going to help you. So again, take your time, write out, answer these 4 questions for each one of the things that you have on your list as your top 5. All right, so then evaluation. You see, man, I like this right here. We taking notes. We got the glasses on the page. We have to evaluate where we are now, and we have to be honest in that situation. All right. So let's just say you have a weight goal of a certain thing and you know I'm 10 pounds away. Well, your strategy at 10 pounds away is going to be a lot different than your strategy at 20, 30, 40, such and so forth. Or you may want to train for a marathon, 10K, 5K, half marathon, which I've done. And so you may say, okay, well, I haven't even been doing 5Ks. So we got to get 5Ks mastered. Then we get to 10, then we get the halves and such and so forth. So again, we have to be honest with ourselves and where we are right now. And I did specifically talk about fitness, but also too, let's talk about other things like it could be financial. Could be career wise. You could be someone who's setting off on, hey, I want to graduate from XYZ in college, and you're just now graduating high school. We have to understand so we can make a plan and a path for that. So definitely write down where you are right now. All right, the next thing, what we got to do now? We got to make a plan. So you list out your outcomes. Where are you now? Where are you now? And what's the delta for where you are, where you want to be? All right. So we have that done, and then now we're going to talk about the action steps to get to from point A to point B. You're at this area, and let's move you to the next area. And this is why you have your success concierge here with you to coach you, guide you, inspire you to get these things done so you can achieve your desired outcomes. All right. So that is the plan portion. Now we got the plan, we got all that. Let's execute. Now, how do we execute? One, we have to be accountable for our actions. And it's good to either have someone you're working with, or whether it's someone like your success concierge, it could be your fitness partner, your business partner, a family member, whatever. You have to find someone who is going to keep you on track and keep you accountable. And then the other thing is, how will you bridge that gap? We talked about where you are, where you want to be. What are some things you're going to do to bridge the gap? So it could be just you being consistent. It could be there is a knowledge gap that you don't have. And so you need to seek out individuals or sources that's going to provide you with that knowledge, mentors, coaches, books, your local library. Those types of things are going to help you bridge the gap, or even in your habits, right? So you may say, okay, I'm only doing 2 a day. I want to get to 6. So what does it take for me to get from 2 to 6? All these are going to be part of your execution. And then who's going to help you do that? Who's going to be part of your team? Together, everyone achieves more. That's how we look at it. So that part right there is execution. All right. Now, someone always said that which gets measured gets tended to. That's what gets tended to gets done. So you definitely want to be tracking your outcomes. This is something individuals do, but also corporations and businesses do. I'll probably do another segment specifically on that right there. So one, how are you going to measure your outcomes? And then how often are you measuring, right? So certain things you may want to measure once a day, once a week, once a month. You have to determine what your cadence is for that, but you wanted to determine what and how you're going to measure and how often you're going to do that, because of course you got to track your outcomes. And this is a perfect example. I love this compass on the screen right here, because sometimes, just like your GPS in your car, you may have to make a slight adjustment this way, that way, in order to get to your final destination. And that's why we track and measure your outcomes. All right. Then achievement, man. Look here, we play hard over here. We celebrate, we win, and so I like to celebrate big accomplishments, both little and big. I like to celebrate them all. So you celebrate that win, whatever that accomplishment may be, and then we on to the next one. So that is how I help my clients, how I help individuals get their desired outcomes on the things that they want and need to do. As I said many times, I'm a personal and corporate brand and image consultant. I help individuals and businesses with the A, B, C, and D of image, the appearance, behavior, communication, digital footprint of that. So this is the game plan that I use for myself as well as the individuals that I work with. This is just high level, but if you book a consultation with me, then we definitely dig more into that. So hopefully you enjoyed that portion of how we supercharge our year. And let me see what we got going on here in the chat. Yeah, happy new year. Thank you again for tuning in. Let's see if we have any questions. So again, as I said, I'm a personal and corporate brand and image consultant, and I enjoy helping individuals achieve their outcomes in whatever way that means for them. And so we work hard, we play hard over here. And of course, as always, we take to the phones, we take to the airways, and we answer your questions. So if you got them, let me see what we got here. And let me see if we got anybody. Shout out to the Linus of Videography in here. Welcome again. Happy New Year to you. We appreciate you and the support that you do as well. And shout out to all the other individuals who tuning in now or those who may tune in on the replay. Um, yeah, let's go over here, see what type of questions that we have. All right, let's see here. First questions. Do you do New Year's resolutions? Absolutely not. And so the reason I say absolutely not is because a lot of times, as we said earlier, some of those resolutions, plans, as people call them, they don't have enough horsepower. They don't have enough spark. They don't have enough fire. So I'm like, yeah, that's not something I want to do. I want to do things and put myself in position to achieve outcomes, go things that are actually meaningful. And so the way you do that is you do something that inspires you, that pulls you, that drives you, that has meaning and something special to you. And resolutions, in my opinion, don't have that. And then also, too, it's like, oh, I say I'm going to do something. I resolve to do something, but you don't have any fire behind it. You don't have any accountability. You don't have an actual plan, right? You just say, I want to do these things. Now, saying it, writing it down, that's going to get you in a position better than someone else who doesn't do any of those things. But I like to do things that's going to get things done. I like to make things happen. And when I work with individuals, that's what I like to do. I want to do something concrete, something that's duplicatable, something they can see as well as I can see. And that way we can make it happen. So, does your success concierge do resolutions? No, I don't. I do outcomes. I put myself and those individuals I work with in position to do so. All right. Does anybody else do resolutions? Let me open it up to the chat. Does anybody do those? If you do resolutions, it's okay. Again, you learn and you grow, and you may evolve from things that kind of work to things that work a little bit better. So again, some people may do that. That is my reason why I don't. Um, but yeah, that's where we're going right there. So let's see if we have any questions. And y'all hit the like and subscribe button when y'all come in here. We putting in work over here, and we want to make sure that we are serving you and that you don't miss out because I get I get engagement sometimes after the fact, and sometimes it's positive engagement, or sometimes they want to give me some smoke, which I readily appreciate and I definitely take. But if that's what you want to do, don't hide. Come on and do it. So definitely, if you one of those people who don't agree with what I say, come on here. We can talk about it, or we can engage in real time. Or if you like it, and you want to expand, that's what we're here for. And the only way you can get that is one, to subscribe, two, turn on notifications, and three, come on into the place to be. So that's how we get that things done. All right. So welcome, Miss Mobley. We see you here. I'm not sure what you mean, not at all, too, but yeah. Let's go to the next question. Let's see what we got here. All right, how far along do you plan? Okay, so it's a very very good question, and it just depends on yourself. All right, as they say, some people plan a lot on the trip they're gonna go into. Some people plan a lot on to Saturday night, and then some people plan multiple years, even generations. All right, and so what I would say is, what have you how far along have you planned previously? And the reason I say that is, if you're doing goals 5, 10, 15 years away, which is good, especially if you have a plan of action, but you're not showing a habit of success of consistently hitting your shorter term goals, then I would say you need to focus on planning shorter term and show some skins on the wall that you can hit those goals and get some momentum. Then you can start doing a little bit longer term. So that's going to be entirely up to you and up to, if it's a business, your organization as well too. But I think the habit of achieving outcomes is important. Celebrating wins is important. So you need to do that on a smaller scale before you can go and do that on a larger scale. But if you find yourself writing 10 things down and you hitting all 10 rather quickly, then you may say, I want to expand to monthly goals or semi-annual, yearly. And then if you're then you can develop the muscle to plan even further along down the line. It's all about like what people sometimes don't realize is success is a habit. Your life is a habit of things that you do consistently. So let me give an example. If you're someone who doesn't exercise, that's a habit. If you have a habit of eating poorly, that's another habit. If you have a habit of not, taking care of certain things, those are all habits, right? And what happens if you execute those habits consistently? If you execute those habits consistently, you're going to find yourself not in the best health that you could be. And if you're not taking care of other things, you will find things around you, whether that's individuals, whether that's people, whether that's things within your home business, etc. You're going to find those in disrepair. All of those are results of habits. All right. Now let's take it the other direction. Let's just say you have a habit of being grateful. You have a habit of taking care of your physical health. You have a habit of treating people well. You have a habit of following through on what you say you're going to do. You have a habit of engage in the activities that's going to help you consistently. All those are habits as well. So you do those type of habits, then you're going to find consistently positive outcomes. So that's why when we talk about planning for the long term, yeah, let's make sure we have the habits down first, because hitting short-term goals will lead you to hitting long-term goals. Not hitting short-term goals will lead you to not hitting long-term goals. So that's what I want to say as it relates to habits. Habits are important, and setting those goals are important, and planning is definitely important. But like anything else, we have to work those muscles. And I see that Denise Mobley. Yeah, you don't, you don't do New Year's resolutions either. Okay, absolutely. So yeah, we're at half past. Thank everyone for tuning in. I'm excited about 2024. I don't know about y'all. Your success concierge has a lot of things planned, not only to better himself from a personal side, but also a business side as well too. We want to make sure that we getting things done, and I want to make sure that one, I'm bringing you the best that I can on a daily basis. I come in here, I be consistent, and part of that is not just resting on the things I have now, but continuing to grow, build, and make progress on the things that's going to be here in the present and in the future as well too. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's see if we have any more questions here. Okay. I want a new job or career this year. Where should I start? Okay. Where should you start? Have you been paying attention? Let's start with um, what we talked about in the previous session. I don't know at what part that you tuned in, but you want a new job or career. All right. So let's talk about that. Let's identify, remember the outcome. Like, what is it, the career or profession that you want? So I would start with that right there. All right. And then why do you want it? Why is it important? Because again, I find that sometimes people want career changes solely for money. And that's not a bad motivation, but it shouldn't be your only motivation. Because the reason being is you could find yourself in a situation where you're being financially beneficial, but you're miserable. So it's almost like a poison pill, right? The more you do it, the less happy you are, right? Kind of like in Iron Man when before Tony Stark changed the arc reactor element, right? The element was keeping him alive and helping him fight and achieve outcomes, but it was also killing him inside when he had the palladium core, right? So again, with you, I would say, okay, let's talk about what's the outcome you want, why do you want it, all right? And then next steps is where are you now versus where you need to be. Maybe it's just a simple thing as, okay, I want to go and do this, and it's instant. Maybe there are some new skills that you need to have. Maybe you need to improve your image, which is why your success concierge is here. Maybe you need to improve your interview skills. All those types of things, we would have to work with you and identify that right there. Then, of course, after that, specifically, once we've done that, we can come up with a plan of action with which to do that. Now, I mean, we live in some amazing times here where, it's easier than ever to start a business, easier than ever to attract and obtain knowledge, easier than ever to change or do career, uh, provided you have the right leg up because it's going to be very competitive. But we have access to that. And so what I would suggest is, again, just starting off. These are things you can do without professional help. Is identify the role or roles that you want, or the industry that you want to be in. Understand why you want to do that, and then where are you now, far as being able to start and get to that, and then let's come up with a plan of action, accountability, and let's measure some different things that we can do to help you put yourself in position to do those types of things. So that is that as far as start a new career. I get this question quite frequently. Individuals want to start a new career, they want to start a new business, or even they want to revamp their business. One of the funniest conversations I always have. I don't know if he's tuning in, but when I in my Ubers or Lyfts or whatnot, and I talk to individuals, they always say, "Oh yeah." Because sometimes when they're doing it, they have other goals, ambitions, or things they do in addition to. So I always have some interesting image conversations on both ends of the spectrum. I've met some bright people. Again, I don't, some of y'all subscribe. I think you may tune in, and so I always enjoy our conversations, and that's why we're here. So one, we can make sure that we're putting you in position to win and be successful. So always interesting conversation on those rides back and forth. All right, so let's see if we have any more questions here. Oh, this is a good one here. Have you ever done a vision board? Absolutely. I love vision boards. I have two, like, because I'm kind of setting up in this space right here. And so, yeah, I do vision boards. I rather enjoy them. I do mine a little bit differently because I like my vision board to be clean. When I say clean, I like everything to be everything where I need it to be. There's a lot of different strategies of how to do a vision board based on what you put in the different squares and different quadrants of the board, which I definitely follow. But a lot of times people they say, okay, cut pictures out of a magazine. I don't do that. I take it to what I want to take it to. So what I like to do is I like to go online before I go to a vision board exercise. I like to go online and look at images, whether it's images of vehicles, places, things, such and so forth. I like to look at images of different things that I like, and I just save those pictures. And then what I do is I go to a place and I print the pictures for the various areas that I want. I print those up, and then I put them on my board, and so it make my board fit like I want it to fit. I like it to be thoroughly done. So that's one way I do it, and also too that guarantees you that you're going to find the image that you want. So let's just say you're looking at a car magazine and your favorite color is blue, but the magazine in the car is black. Well, it don't give you the same inspiration as seeing the actual blue car that you want to see, or it's a trip, right? And so you may want to go to the pyramids, and the picture in the magazine is like 50 people standing in there. You don't want them, you want to be in there. So even if you want to superimpose yourself, you can do that with that technology. But I like to take it so it can be more personal to myself by picking my own images ahead of time and then printing them out. And then I go in there. I don't have to make a mess. I just cut, paste, and we done. So I finish and I can enjoy myself. So that's just a success clue to that. So I open up to the chat, man. Any of y'all ever done vision boards? I got a couple around here. I'll probably be putting them up. I want to get them laminated because again, sometimes glue does what it does, and it doesn't always stay in place like you want it to. So again, I want to get my boards laminated so they can stay. And if you want to roll them up, roll them down, it doesn't really hurt them as well because everything is covered. So yep, I'm a strong proponent of vision boards. Anything to help you visualize where you want to go. I'm a proponent of writing things down, journaling. I have a green way of doing it. I have my digital e-reader right here. This is what I keep. So I can write things down. And I'm always constantly writing things. So visualizing, writing, putting it into your subconscious, that's going to help you toward the things that you want to do. As they say, where focus goes, energy flows. And that's on the positive side. But also, too, if you're doing the opposite, you're going to experience that as well, too. So, yeah, vision board's amazing, as well as writing things down, too. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we have any more questions, any comments in the chat. Feel free to jump in here if you want to call in or talk. Because a lot of times I know sometimes y'all be shy. Y'all ask me these questions and then I answer them, but then you may have more follow up. So I'm definitely happy to do that. Definitely happy to engage real time as well too. Because sometimes even though I see the questions here that you ask, you may have something more specific or I may have missed something. But yeah, that's what we're here for. So let's go to the next question. Let's see here. All right, is there a trend you would wish would disappear or return? Oh my goodness. Oh boy, y'all ask some good questions, man. I love the people who tune into the Success Concierge channel because y'all ask some really good questions. Sometimes y'all come from my helmet, but yeah, this is a good question. Is there a trend I wish would disappear? Okay. Glasses that don't fit, uh ratchet dress, and of course, people. Okay, people not dressing within their style personality. That's a trend that I wish would go away. Funny comment. Steph Curry on Christmas Day, he wore this pink suit, and someone was trying to compare him to Odell Beckham Jr. Right? It's like, well, Steph don't have no swag, he can't pull it off, but OBJ he can definitely pull it off. Well, it's a couple things, right? Steph had on a pink suit. He's a fairly light skinned guy. So, one, it doesn't necessarily match and go with his skin tone. Two, it doesn't fit his style personality. Steph is more corporate. Sometimes he can get into urban because he is into athletics and sports. But you really don't find him in that, but he's more preppy. So, a pink suit doesn't really fit into that. And then also, too, we talk about the three archetypes. He's more refined. So, that doesn't necessarily fit him. Now let's flip side to Odell Beckham Jr. Right, and why he can be a little bit extravagant. He has the player style personality, a little bit of urban as well too. He can do that, and then also too he has a rogue slash rake. Like he can go either way on his archetype, so he can get away with wearing some things that are, I guess, off the beaten path or that are a little bit different. People call it swag. It's not really swag. It's dressing for your style personality. That's what swag really is that you are in congruence with your style personality. And that's why you can do that. So that's some things that I wish would disappear, never to be seen again. But and then return, people people dressing their style personality, more refined and conservative dress and modesty. Those are some things that I return or wish to return because again, I'm someone who studied history, culture, or whatnot, and you can be refined. You can look, you even look back to some of the things that like some of the Isley brothers or George Clinton. That to me, that's you can still express yourself, but not be over the top. And so, I want people to do that. I want people to grown men to dress like grown men, not boys. There was a time we did that across the board. So that is something that I wish would come back. But it doesn't matter to me anyway, because one thing I like that, I like to see that, but I can work with you wherever you at. And so I have worked with people who have urban or style personality. Now I don't dress them where they have stuff sagging and hanging off their body. I have it fitting the style personality that they want. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't want to see skinny jeans or bell bottoms. I don't want to see that. Never did. But yeah, that's where I got right there. We interacted too. So like, if you in the chat, you want to put some trends or things that you want to see. Well, that's what we talk about. So I know we got some very opinionated people right here around here who got some good thoughts and things of things they want to see, things they don't want to see. But yeah, from an image and branding standpoint, trends I want to see, I want to see more congruence on brand. That's from a branding standpoint. I want to see that. Depending on how you believe, we're kind of in what they call the age of Aquarius. So that's where things are going to be acknowledged, things are going to be exposed, and you're going to see that from individuals as well as brands going forward. So yeah, I'm ready for it. All right, let's see how now. See, this next question is right on line with that. How do you feel about Disney changing their filmmaking approach? So some people may or may not know all the things about Disney. But Disney, they run Marvel. They do some things for ESPN, ABC, and then they have, of course, some, I think, Pixar and some other things that they have, right? And so Bob Iger. Now this is a result of Disney uh, not being as profitable as they would have liked to have been. Disney Plus is getting shut down. It's going to be combined, I believe, with Hulu Plus. So that's a revenue issue. The recent movie, The Marvels, did not do well. Some of the other films have not done well. And so and I think Star Wars may be under Disney. I'm not sure, or that part of that brand. But the thing that Disney CEO, I want to say, is Bob Iger. He returned back to that role. He's saying, okay, we're going to focus less on messaging and focus more on adding entertainment value. And so, from a purely business standpoint, that makes sense because if you're doing something and it's not getting you the outcome or selling, right? So again, okay, let's pause for a second. They could have two outcomes. One, the outcome could be to make a profit or make money, or two, the other outcome could be I want to educate people on whatever it is I want to educate people. And so they may have had a message or something that they want to push and share that they may be strongly about. I don't know. I haven't spoken with them. I don't know what their level of belief is, but they may have felt strongly about that. But it wasn't resonating as well with certain audiences, and people weren't coming out to see some of those films. And when you see other films that don't do some of the same agenda, or not say agenda or messaging or branding, do well, people are willing to spend the dollars. They're not willing to spend the dollars on what it is you want them to spend, right? And so the approach Disney is going is they're going to go away from that. And I'm curious to see what that's going to look like going forward, especially as it relates to some of the Marvel films or other projects that they're going to do. Are they going to, what's their going to be their area of focus? So, as far as Disney is concerned, from a branding standpoint, um, if they're going back to what works, then that's definitely beneficial to Disney. They don't hire me; I don't work for them, so I have no vested interest one way or the other than from I'm going to watch, I'm going to learn, I'm going to see. But and I'm of the mindset of this. This is how your success concierge does. If it's something that I'm interested in, then I spend my dollars and I go see it, listen, watch it, and consume it. If it's something I'm not interested in or doesn't resonate with me, I don't do those things. But if it resonates with you, I have no issue if that's what you choose to do, if you choose to watch or engage or see those types of things. But it's going to be interesting to see the shift with Disney. We've seen some other brands who have had some challenges with their messaging, and let's see how they recover. And your success concierge is always available to provide some insight and guidance on that to help you get done what, in fact, you need to get done. So we can definitely help with that. All right. So yeah, let's see if we have any more questions that we have here. All right, let's go. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm moving to a new country and climate. How do I update my style for the location? This was a really, really good question. I remember the individual, this particular person was they were in the U.S. and they were dressing kind of like another image consultant said. You want to wear the suits, dress up, and do that. But now they're moving to another country and they want to know how to dress. So two things are at play here. Number one, you move into another country, and so the climate is going to be different, right? So I'm guessing you're going somewhere where it may be warmer than usual. All right. The second thing, not only the climate, the culture is going to be different as well too. So this is what I would say to you because I'm not specifics about where you're going, what type of lifestyle, what type of business or schooling or what you're going to be doing there. All right. So here's the thing: if you ever look at the Olympic Games, excuse me, you ever look at the Olympic Games, you ever look at like meetings with world leaders, you have people dress well as it relates to their culture. So people from Eurocentric cultures, they may be in traditional suits. People in the Middle East, Again, they may be in the garb that Middle Easterners wear. I'm not familiar with what it's called, but that's what they're going to wear, right? But they're going to look like successful people from the Middle East. If you see the Indian culture, they're going to wear that. You see other Asian cultures, they're going to wear their definition, maybe if we call it a suit, they're going to wear their definition of high quality clothing that demonstrates status, success, class, all those types of things. And so I would implore you to look at what's depending on what you're going to be doing. Look at what are the status symbols, and that's what you choose to do of individuals who do well. Because you may be going to conduct business, and you want to fit in like other business people do. And so again, they may not be wearing a dress suit like someone in this region of the world. Their business attire or business outfit may be something different. So I would recommend that you identify that, and then if you can't, that's what your success concierge is here for. You identify that, and then dress yourself accordingly. Learn the culture as well too, where you're going to be going to. Is this something temporary, or is this permanent? That's what I would recommend to you, because again, things that we do in Western culture, because again, I have people all over the world. We have things that we do in Western culture that's normal. In other cultures, that could be offensive. So you definitely want to do your homework as it relates to that. And then also, too, things that is lawful here are not lawful in other places. We've seen quite a few celebrities go, or not just some celebrities and some regular people go overseas and get into some different issues because they don't do things like we do over here. Reminds me of that movie Double Take with Eddie Griffin and Orlando Jones. If you haven't seen it, it's an old classic movie, but it's a funny movie as well too. So definitely check that out. But yeah, so that's kind of what I recommend just from high level. If there are specifics, then definitely reach out to your success concierge, and we can give you specifics. So again, I do these things and I answer these questions from a high level standpoint, because sometimes I have more information or I have less information as it relates to that. But we can definitely get that done. All right, let's see if we have any questions right here. Any more questions? All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. I want people to like me for me in dating. Is my image more important than my personality? Yes. And I'm gonna tell you why I say yes. All right. So, is your image more important than your personality? Your personality is part of your image. Let's go back to the basics. Let's talk about this. Okay. Your image is consistent of A, appearance, B, behavior, which has a lot to do with your personality, how you conduct yourself, C, your communication, and then D, your digital footprint. All right. So if you're dating, all those things come into play. Now, I've done a video. You can go back and look at why image is important. And so your dress and your appearance is going to be important, because that's how you make the first impression. All right. Because when people meet you or see you within 7 seconds, they're making judgments. This is someone who's tall, short. I can possibly identify their gender. I can see possibly if they're dressed well, not dressed well. I can see if they're potentially a threat. All these judgments people are making in their head. All right. And one thing about most people, not all people, because we over here, we intelligent, but not all people, what they do is when they meet someone and they learn something, they form an opinion, they take actions to, one, further validate that opinion versus learn new information to say something counter to that opinion. So, is your appearance and image important as your personality? Yes, because that's going to be the gateway to that. All right. And then the other thing that we look at too is communication. That's part of your image as well too. The majority of communication is nonverbal, so that's how you look, your posture, your mannerisms, how you move. All those things is communicating things about you and your personality. So, is your appearance, like, people, when people say image, they focus a lot on appearance. Appearance is important because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. But your image is what's going to get you in the door. I'm not here to guarantee anything. I want you to have opportunities. I want you to have things to put you in an even better position. So focusing on your image in addition to your personality, that's going to allow, one, your personality to shine, And also not just let it shine, let other individuals around you see it shine so you can have some better opportunities or more opportunities to interact and engage with other individuals. So yes, image is important. It's not, I mean, I think personality and other soft skills are definitely important. But let's just be honest. There's things that's gonna get you in the door, right? And this person specifically asked about relationships, but things get you in the door with meeting individuals, business or otherwise. Things that get you in the door for opportunities for jobs, those type of things. You want things that put you in position to have opportunities. You don't want to deter or push away those opportunities. And that's why I come in here day in, day out, week in, week out, and I talk about image and why it's important. And I'm happy to answer these questions because, again, um, you can ask it 10 different ways. Sometimes the third time or the fourth time, or someone may ask a question that resonates with you, and I answer it and it just clicks. So that's what we got there. So, yeah, it's very important. You want to be well rounded and well balanced. And that's why I didn't focus just on looks. I focus on your entire image, appearance, behavior, communication, and your digital footprint. All right. So, yep, definitely important. If you need help with that, that's what we're here for. I definitely help individuals with that as well too. Let's see if we have any more questions here. Let me open. Let's see if we got comments in the chat as well too. Brother Bola, man, I see my man Bola G. Brother Muhammad, salute to you, man. This brother here, I don't know how long we known each other. When I met this brother, he was back and forth from Africa, and then he's over here now, and he's just doing some amazing things. I've seen him grow, seen him do some amazing things, family wise, career wise. So, brother Bolaji, good to see you. Always, 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 man. I'm looking forward to World Cup coming up. I know it's going to be here. I know it's a couple years away, but we definitely may have to connect on that. So, salute to you and happy New Year's to you as well, too, brother Bolaji. Always good to see you out there. All right, thank you for tuning in as well. So let's see if we have any more questions before we close out. Yeah, and if people want to come up and chat, I will extend it longer because again, um, that's I'm here for you to help individuals. Okay, if I want different outcomes, should I change my style, personality? Well, that's a vague question, and why I say vague question is uh, I don't know what outcomes you're getting now, and because one, you could be getting outcomes based on a style personality that doesn't fit, or you could be getting outcomes just by sheer luck. So I don't know. All right. And so again, I would question one, are you incongruent with the type of outcomes you are and does that fit? And a lot of times people may change style personalities in a sense that they have a lifestyle change. Maybe they went from a certain age to a higher age. They have a career change, those type of things. And you can still fit your style personality in those areas. But I have more questions about like the other things that you want to do as it relates to that. So that's definitely a time you can hit me up on IG or here, and we can talk about booking a session and having that conversation. We definitely want to talk about doing some things that put you in a position to be in congruence and whatnot. And a lot of times, individuals see a style personality of someone they admire and try to copy and emulate that. That may be the challenge. I really don't know, but that's a question I get because we talked earlier about Steph Curry. And one thing celebrities have an edge on versus us regular people is, Steph can do something or do something publicly, wear something that doesn't really suit him, he can be like, okay, I'm eccentric, right? When you're wealthy, you can do things. I had this guy he used to always say, he said, yeah, when you're wealthy, you don't wear socks. He used to wear these shoes with no shocks. He said, I think he was from Florida too. So he's like, yeah, I'm Miami. When you get money, you don't wear socks. Definitely show ankle meat for those who like to do that and those who like to enjoy that. But yeah, so I would have to learn more about that and some other things specifically about you and your lifestyle. I think we got time for one more. Let's see here. Do you have any upcoming plans or goals for the channel or business? Well, hold on. How can I be a success concierge if I'm not out here learning, growing, and doing some things? One of the things that's really, really important to me is growth and personal development. And so, just like I provide information, guidance, learning here, I get individuals who pour into me. And I go and I invest in myself to go and learn different types of things. So, do I have some plans business wise? Absolutely. I'll just give you one heads up. Uh, I'm doing an event next week with some of the top individuals in business, learning like this is globally, right? So, these people who do some amazing things because I want to continue to add value here, learn new skills that's going to be helpful and beneficial to the channel. And the channel feeds the business, and the business feeds the channel. All these things are incongruent as how I help and serve other individuals. So I'm doing some things for that. I also, just like I employ individuals about accountability. I also have a coach that I'm working with as well too, that holds me accountable. That we strategize and do these things. So I'm not telling you to do things that I myself don't do, but we got some amazing things coming to the channel, coming to to you. And I thank everyone who's tuning in to be part of this journey, part of this ride. And those individuals who are going to do that as well too. I think we have a question here. I don't know if anyone wants to chat. Oh, RBN. Hey, appreciate you tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's always good to see different individuals come in, tune in. I may, RBN, that's someone who does some amazing things out here. We can put the link in the chat. I don't know if you want to come up, say anything. You're welcome to if you choose to. If not, it's all good as well too. Let me see if we got that link for that. Let me see if someone can put that in there. If not, we'll make it work. But anyhow, it's always good to see individuals tuning in, catching the replay. Salute to you, RBN. I know you're out here doing some amazing things. Um, it's just great to really have. Let me put the link in here in case somebody wants to do that. Put that in the chat there. Yes, it's always great to have people who are doing well in what they do, people who provide knowledge and information from their space as well too. Because one thing I love about being an image consultant is I get to learn from so many different individuals because I take the approach of let me come into this situation, let me learn what skill sets or knowledge or things that they're doing themselves, and how can I learn from that? How can I incorporate that? They can either be an example of what to do or what not to do. And it's so many talented people out here in this space, and so I like to learn from the individuals. So I always like when individuals come in here and provide information, provide feedback. A lot of times, people see things that comes publicly, but I get a lot of information and conversation beyond the scene. But no, I thank everyone for tuning in. I encourage you to go back and check out the replay because again, I gave some tips and insights about how to set goals, how to put yourself in position, um, to make things happen this year. And I like to do that annually, but I also do it quarterly, monthly, such and so forth. And so for those individuals who are so inclined, you can go back, listen to the replay. I go through it, and you may want to stop it, pause it, break it down, so you can take this exercise that we learned here today and utilize that in your own life. But if nothing else, we off to a great start. Today is January 3rd, 2024. First stream of the year. We got some amazing things to come. And as always, I wish nothing but love, success, and joy to those individuals out here, to you, your family. And thank you for tuning in. I'm Eric Hall, your success concierge, providing you the vision, tools, and opportunity for your desired success and putting you in position to achieve your desired outcomes. So happy New Year's, and let's get it done. Salute. And we are